48 hours later, is the Nintendo Switch 2 actually worth a purchase so close to launch? Let's find out. Yes, people, it's man like Jamo. Now we're here 2 days later with the Nintendo Switch number 2. Too early for a proper full review, but just enough time to have 2 days with the device and give you guys my first impressions and let you know what this thing is saying so close to launch. Especially because bare people were in the same predicament as me, where they've already got an OG Nintendo Switch and they're wondering whether they need to upgrade to this thing, because this thing is spinny. 4,50, and then the games are like 60 bar, the camera's another 50 bar, the controller's probably another 60 bar, the controller charger for the Joy-Cons another 30 bar. Fam, by the time you're done with this thing, you're looking at all 600, 700 pound getting all the accessories you want. So we might even look into what accessories are actually a necessity. Now, one thing I've had time to look at now is the body and build quality of the Nintendo Switch, fam. And I feel they've definitely done a good job. Even though the Joy-Cons are magnetically attached, I don't feel like they're gonna let go of the Nintendo Switch anytime soon, kind of thing. And they're so secure, like you just put them on, they slap into place magnetically. Anything with magnets is automatically a lot cooler than anything that don't have magnets. It's just doing job, fam. You release it, you put it on, it's good to go in classic Nintendo Switch fashion. And the general build quality don't feel like a cheap device. It's actually got a bit of weight to it, kind of thing. Like it don't feel like it's a cheaply made device, kind of thing. So yeah, in terms of feel and build quality, we're pretty much good to go in comparison to the OG Nintendo Switch. Now, obviously, man's been playing a little bit of Mario Kart World, whilst I'm not going to review the whole game right here, right now. The game does bang. It kind of gives me a Forza Horizon kind of vibe, the way you can just run around in free roam when you're online with your brethren. It's kind of Burnout Paradise kind of vibe. Oh, my days. I just went through all of that.
And this level
I went through all of that. Is that what you want? Is that what you want from me? Nah, get me out of this game. Get me out of this. Get me out of this game. Get me out of this game. Get me out. Is that what you want? Then obviously you got the classic Mario Kart circuit racing action and a lot of sprint tracks too, where all the tracks seem to be kind of conjoined together on one big world map. It's definitely a wicked game. Definitely should jump into it. Just don't know why the game is £66, fam. £66 for Mario Kart is ridiculous in big 2025. Now, apart from that, I've also played a lot of the rescaled, redone, what do they call it? Reworked, re-edited. I don't even know what they call it, fam. But basically, the older games that have now been updated to run at higher resolutions like 4K and at higher frame rates like 60 to 120 frames per second. Now, I've been doing up Zelda. Zelda, I don't know why they charge you for the updates of making it 4K and 60 frames per second. But anyway, man's been playing Zelda. It runs and looks and feels so much better now that it's at a higher frame rate, fam. Even like resolution aside, man's only been playing it at 2K 60. It feels like a completely different game. Yeah, that 30 to 60 frames per second bump, now everything feels relative when you're playing the game, fam. It just feels a lot smoother, and it's so hard to describe the fluidity of 30 to 60 frames per second, but when you see it, you can't unsee it. It's one of them ones. Also, games like Super Mario Odyssey, Pokemon, what is it, Ruby, or whatever the last red Pokemon game was, that has also been updated to 4K and 60 frames per second. And them games, obviously Super Mario was running sick in the first place. Pokemon was struggling on a lifeline, but it's now running smooth, fam. Like, not to even mention Cyberpunk. I don't even know what kind of magic they did to get that game running so effortlessly on a portable handheld system. It even runs better than it runs on a Steam Deck, which is one of the main reasons that I thought, Raj, you know what? Even as a PC gamer myself, I'm actually going to pick up the Nintendo Switch 2 and see what's good, because if it can run games at 4K, that's something that my Steam Deck struggles in on a daily basis. Now, apart from that, I guess it's all about the accessories that run with the new Nintendo Switch. Now, I can't lie, I kept it kind of humble when it came to the accessories. I literally got a new Pro controller because my old controller is beat up. I got the camera because I wasn't sure which external third-party web cameras are going to work with the Nintendo Switch 2. I got myself some extra pair of Joy-Cons because I heard that the new Joy-Cons are still not using the Hall effect and they might break down at any second. So, you know, it's always good to have a spare pair of Joy-Cons. And I got the Joy-Con charging grip, so when I'm playing in TV mode or tabletop mode, man can slap my Joy-Cons into the grip and still keep them charged up for longer without having to recharge them. I also got a lot of other accessories from third-party manufacturers, and I'm going to do a whole video about that later on, so make sure you stay tuned. One of the things that is really cool, and that's a step up from the original Nintendo Switch, is the game chat feature, fam. That thing is wavy. The fact that you can just press the button, go onto game chat, grab your friends, start a party, slap them into the party, as you should have been able to do in the first place, and PlayStation and Xbox have done for years but not by now. But anyway, we're talking about Nintendo. You can grab your friends, slap them in a party, and you can just be chatting as if the thing is Discord. Furthermore to that, you can even show them a preview, although it is very laggy, of what game you're playing or what you're doing on your Nintendo Switch at the time, fam. I think that's cool. It's basically kind of like having Discord on your Nintendo Switch. They could just put Discord on there and, you know, save the hassle of going through all of that. But, you know, knowing Nintendo, we have to take baby steps when it comes to third-party software and third-party apps running on their console. Now, in terms of is it worth upgrading to the Nintendo Switch 2 right now, it's not as easy as just saying yes or no, because yes, it is better than the original Nintendo Switch in terms of it's got more speed, it's got more power, bigger screen, brighter screen, more pixels, higher resolution, higher frame rates. However, some of those things don't matter to people or the intended audience of a Nintendo Switch. Like children, they're not going to care about higher frame rate or higher resolution or them things there kind of thing. They just want the thing to play kind of thing, innit? Whereas more PC gamers are interested in having higher frame rates and higher resolutions and a bigger, brighter screen and all them kind of things there, innit? So yes, it is better. It does have upgrades over the original Nintendo Switch, but no, not everybody actually cares about them upgrades kind of thing. So it's one of them ones where you got to think, do you care about FPS? Do you even know what FPS is before you even consider upgrading from the original Nintendo Switch to this thing right here? Oh, and obviously another big upgrade factor is the new games that are going to come out on the Nintendo Switch 2. But they're not out yet though. They're not out yet. So it might be one of them ones where maybe you want to hold on to your money or you've got time to save. But I don't feel like there's any rush for you getting a new Nintendo Switch 2 unless you really want to play some of the older games at 4K 60 frames per second like Pokemon and Zelda and Mario Odyssey and all them kind of first party games that have been upgraded for the Nintendo Switch. And there's even a completely different argument if you've already got a gaming PC handheld like a Steam Deck or Lenovo Legion Go or maybe a Asus ROG Ally, because you can get games from Steam on those other consoles. And those games on Steam are exactly like the third-party games on the Nintendo Switch, but at least 4 times cheaper. Like maybe 5 times cheaper. Like we're talking the equivalent game on Steam at £5 will be £35 on the Nintendo Switch. So yeah, you gotta look at them things as well, fam. That comes into a factor, but I'll talk about that in my later video where we talk about the Steam Deck versus the Nintendo Switch 2. But anyway, people, them, I want to know your opinions on the Nintendo Switch 2. Are you going to cop? Are you going to wait it out a little bit? Maybe you're going to wait for them to do like a customized version of the Nintendo Switch 2, which is probably like Mario themed or Pokemon themed. Or are you going to cop straight away? Have you already copped? Let me know in the comment section below and make sure you like and follow for more content like this.